Everybody's all set up, ready to go. Or does anybody need a couple of minutes here to set up the characters? Are we good?
Completely done.
I was wondering, do we get because I have proficiency with broomsticks and potioner's tools. Do I actually get those, or?
Eventually, you will.
Okay,
and
so
they will be available. Yes.
Right. Okay, but I don't start with them. I'm really good at playing the lute, but I've never had one.
Well, you just don't have one now, I guess. All right. So.
I think I'm set up. I don't have any of my spells, but I'm set up.
Same.
I believe.
Your spells above characters. They're all in the spell book. So the spell book is actually it's catered to your stats, so you can actually roll from the spell book. It was just easier to just make one big giant spell book and then copy it a bunch of times as opposed to go through everybody's stuff and only right. Okay. So I just did that. So everybody has their own spell book. For first level spells, you can there's a radio button next to it where you can just kind of click it, and that's the one you can say, okay, these are the ones that I know. For the cantrips, if you click the little, it'll do it with Elric's. If you click the little eye with the black circle, and then click the cog underneath it, it'll say components. You can click S for selected or whatever, so that you know that that's the cantrip that you've selected, because all spells need your wand and your voice, so you do need to move and to speak for all spells unless otherwise indicated.
What do the C's and the R's represent?
C's. The C's. Ignore the R's and stuff, because that just meant that was a title for something. Oh no, sorry. There are R's. Okay, never mind. I forgot. There's too many campaigns I'm running right now. So, okay. So, yes. So the R's mean ritual. So you can cast that ritually if you have the ritual casting feats.
Got it.
Know that. Yeah. So if in your spell casting it says that you can cast ritually, you can cast that spell ritually.
Okay.
And then the C's mean concentration, or it either means concentration or it means another one, which is I'm getting all crazy here. Too many maps up here. What is it? It starts with a D. I remember that. It's
Sorry.
One moment, sorry. I'm just trying to find one that I can just click and then see what. Dedication, that's what it is. Okay, so it's either going to be concentration or dedication. When it says dedication, it means something different than concentration, but concentration just means that you can't cast another spell, or right. you can't get hurt, or that spell breaks.
Right. Okay.
For instance, if you're casting Wingardium Leviosa and you're floating something up, and then you get hit and you fail the concentration save, then whatever is floating up in the air is now falling because you're no longer casting the spell.
Well, Wingardium Leviosa is also dedication, though, isn't it?
Sorry, that's right. I just saw C. But yes, it is dedication, which means that if the dedication is actually a bit more. So I think it's you get hit, you cast another spell.
Basically, with dedication, you just have to use your action. You're just doing that spell and nothing else. And exactly. If you do anything else but cast a spell, the spell ends. You can still move, though.
Yeah,
that's something, I guess.
I think you can move and do free actions.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so we have everybody with us.
Everybody except Sai and Shadow, I think.
Yeah, well, Shadow's usually around this time too, so let's see. You spelled it wrong.
It was a short thing.
Once we get him in, and then we'll go on and move along with our lovely thing here. Let me just slide my other computer towards me. There we go.
Make the token border, does it have to be like the... can you just choose a color, or is it like your house
Yeah,
color?
just pick whatever you want, yeah. Knock yourself out.
Well, I don't know, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Let me get the color different.
It's your character, yeah. You can make it whatever color you'd like.
Hello, Shadow Hands.
Oh, there he is. Hey, man.
Hey.
Are you with us, Rayman?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. Alright, we'll wait for you in a moment here. We're just about to get started with our awesome Dragons of Hogwarts Peak. An amalgamation of Dragon of Icespire Peak and the Wands and Wizards 5e rule set. Wow, okay. So, I'll give you guys a bit of the backstory of our lovely adventure. Driven from lands farther north, and by more powerful dragons, a young white dragon named Cryovane has descended upon the Sword Mountains, claiming the snow-capped range as its domain. Typical of its kind, Cryovane is dim-witted and cruel. Dragon patrols the skies around Icespire Peak, surveying its territory while hunting for food and easy treasure. With each passing day, the dragon's domain grows and its ranges farther across the land, preying on anything it can catch with its claws or freeze to death with its icy breath. Sightings of the dragon are becoming more common as its attacks. Crumbling fortress on the northeast spur of Icespire Peak serves as the dragon's lair. Cryovane seized the icy fortress from the tribe of savage orcs, killing the orc war chief, forcing the tribe's survivors to flee into the foothills and forests. Enraged by the death of their war chief, the orcs have called upon ancient allies, evil, shape-changing half-orc spellcasters, to bless and advise them. These half-orcs worship Talos, an evil god of storms, and many dwell in the dark depths of Neverwinter Wood. In stormy weather, they gather on remote hilltops to summon Golthok, Thunderboar, a primal entity that serves Talos. Like the god it serves, Golthok delights in destruction. The orcs aren't the only creatures thrown into upheaval by Cryovane's sudden arrival. Manticore, driven from its mountaintop, nests by the roaming white dragon. Manticore, driven by its mountaintop nest by the roaming white dragon, has migrated to the foothills and begun terrorizing folk living in the outskirts of the mining town of Phandalin. Other monsters in the region have been similarly displaced. That's a little bit of our awesome, cool backstory here. I know. The frontier of Phandalin is built on the ruins of a much older settlement. Hundreds of years ago, the old Phandalin was a thriving human town whose people were firmly allied with neighboring dwarves and gnomes. Then an orc horde swept through the area and laid waste to the settlement. And the Phandalin was abandoned for centuries. The last 3 or 4 years, settlers in the cities of Neverwinter and Waterdeep have begun hard work of reclaiming the ruins of Phandalin. The new settlement is home now to farmers, woodcutters, fur traders, and prospectors drawn by stories of gold and platinum in the foothills of the Sword Mountains. The arrival of the dragon threatens to destroy all that they have worked to rebuild. Alright, as you all of your lovely characters, each one of you being summoned to this oddly strange place, one by one. Finding yourselves all here, friends. The town master. I actually have a Sword Coast map. Yes, I took a little bit too much time and may have gone overboard with it, but there's the graphic.
What else is new, Randy?
Well, I mean, we could. There's no way I would have gone full on right into the Phandalin map. Oh, wait. Anyway, in the rocky foothills of the snow-capped Sword Mountains is the mining town of Phandalin, which consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings. Crumbling stone ruins surround the newer houses and shops, showing how much this must have been a much larger town in century past. Phandalin's residents are quite hard-working folk who came from distant cities to eke out a life amid the harsh wilderness. They are farmers, stonecutters, blacksmiths, traders, prospectors, and children. The town has no walls, no garrison, but most of the adults keep weapons within easy reach in case the need for arms should arise. There is a welcome here, particularly if they have coin to spend or news to share. Stonehill Inn is the center of the town that offers modest lodging and meals. A couple of doors down from the inn, posted out, is the townmaster's hall. There, you'll find a job board for adventurers. As you all enter into the town of Phandalin, carrying your notes, a rather large, husky gentleman, walking a pug dog, seemingly licking his fingers as if he's just finished some sort of snack on his way to you. Oh. Hello there. Yes. Oh, it's been quite some time since I've seen you all. And in front of you is the rather husky, rather flamboyantly dressed Townmaster Harbin. One of your old friends. The one that has summoned you here. It seems that you have all, well, met each other finally, and my, you've all certainly gotten a bit different, haven't you? And as he looks around, we'll start with Irving. Is Irving with us?
Yes, Irving is here.
Irving, as everyone takes it around and looks at everybody, what do they see when they look at Irving?
Irving is 6'6", and stooped a bit, so he might be a little bit taller than that. He has a tendency to always stoop to try to appear a little smaller than he is. He is, the best word to describe Irving is hairy. He has quite long hair, a quite full beard, and he wears very rough brown-colored robes that are definitely have seen better days. Patched with leather patches here and there, stained with who knows what. They get repaired and cleaned as needed, but certainly never as often as needed. Yes, good day, Master Harbin.
It's good to see you once again, Irving. Been quite some time, I imagine.
Yes, presumably. I've been quite busy.
I'm for catching up soon enough. And he looks over at you, Lazul. He kind of has a bit of a, like a scheming smirk on his face. What does everyone see when they look at you, Lazul?
Well, I am, of course, you can just see from looking at me that I am above all of you. I am a noble, I wear my robes and my jackets firmly, and I stand tall, unlike this Master Irving here. Yes, I am not hairy at all. I'm quite shaven, and I look good. I have like this special fancy wand holster at my side, and yeah.
Okay. As he shares another knowing smirk over your way, Lazul, he sends his directions over to you, Raymond.
Oh, okay. So, you go look at Raymond. He's average height, braided brown that's wearing like a sort of thin coat. This year, and has a little bit of markings on his arms.
Ooh, like tattoos or like engravings on his arms, or
Something a little bit like more like tattoo.
okay, nice, very cool.
And he's just down just reading a book.
Okay. As he looks over at you, Raymond. Yes, always got your nose in a book, don't you? Well,
I'm not.
he spins over and he sees you, Seth. Oh, yes, and Stephanie.
It's just Seth now.
Well then. Good to have you here. You were always useful.
Okay.
Well then. And he spins over to you. Have I gotta get this right? Hecata?
Hecate?
That's you, Joe.
Or he
Yeah, I'm sorry. I last minute I changed my character a bit more to make it even better, like the token. Because,
okay, fair.
Yeah, I just like used my amazing skills of Word 3D.
Nice.
But
Okay.
yeah, at least now it's a girl, which I want to get to.
Oh, jeez, I see. Okay, you just copy pasted like a girl's head on the men's. That's amazing. It took me so long to notice.
All right.
I'm like-
so, is it Hecata or Hecata? What do we?
I thought it's something like Hecata, yeah.
Hecata.
Hecata, it was one of the witches' names. And Hecata,
Uh-huh.
and then Aditionner, I don't actually know how to pronounce this, but it's French. Let me see. But I, like, my translate...
Pronounce however you want, it's your character.
Yeah, Aditionner? Aditon. I think I'm Aditionner.
Well, yeah.
I think I'm gonna change it to make it a little bit easier, like Aditionner.
Well, nonetheless, names aside, when other characters look at your character, what do they see, Hecata?
So they see this girl with a adder around her neck and blue eyes. She seems to be wearing fine clothes, not as fancy as the other person from House Slytherin, but still pretty decent clothing. And yeah, she kind of seems not really into what's happening, and sometimes she giggles and you don't know why.
Sometimes she giggles and you don't know
Oh my
why.
God.
It's just really like nothing is going on. She just starts giggling or something, or like she whispers, and she seems absolutely mad.
All right.
Seth is like immediately like sidling behind everyone to stand next to this crazy bitch. She wants to hear what she's whispering.
This is what you
So-
see, by the way, with Town Master Harbin.
Wow.
Oh my god, what is that he's eating?
This is such a
Is he like, is he currently eating cake while talking to us?
Oh my God.
He's licking his fingers, yeah.
Ew.
What the fuck?
Ew.
You can see I'm like, Lazul is visibly disgusted.
Can you?
have this.
Could you put
There's a pug. And
Can
I
you
call
put
it Randy.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Randy?
The pug is Randy?
Yeah,
Aw, self-insertion at
Okay.
its cutest.
right. Okay.
I can't see images in Roll20. Is there a possibility of putting them in the other chat?
Hold on.
Oh, never mind. I found it. I got it. I found it. I found him. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep, got him.
There you go.
Sorry, sorry.
No, I got you. So, over to you, Kazao. As so they got that. Townmaster Harbin kind of finished licking up his fingers from the snack as he kind of tries to reach down. The dog is like trying to reach up to try to lick his fingers of what's left. He goes, "Well, it's a good thing you're here, all of you. Really, you must be exhausted from your travels, but I need you all to get." Idea of how to help. This dragon problem is, well, a problem. So, do what you can, find what you can around here, and tell them this. Oh, give them this. And he reaches into his big, sort of puffy coat, and he holds out several bits of parchment, all sort of folded up in oddwood angles. He reaches out, all of it sort of still kind of stained, and a little bit of dog slobber on the outwardmost piece, and he folds them all together, and he goes, hands them off to you, Raymond. He goes, here, disseminate these, and I'm sure you'll find them rather useful.
Raymond takes this like this is like a dirty tissue, just like pinch it as he's taking it, just not trying to get the goods of his.
He's trying not to touch the bottom sheet of paper.
Yeah, just like okay, thanks.
All right. On the piece of paper, or on the parchment there, it basically it's like a free pass, allowing you all to have like a Fandolin coupon, 100% off, or up to 50 gold coins.
How much do you cost, Mr. Harbin?
How much do I cost?
We can buy anything with this, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. This is your. You can use this, of course. Any way you'd like.
Okay. That's quite generous, Mr. Harbin.
Well,
How
nothing
much
short
does the
for my
dog
friends, of course.
How much does the dog cost?
Dog is not for sale.
Everything has a price, Mr. Harbin.
Well, seeing how the only money you seem to be carrying on you is, well, what I gave you, I think I'll be keeping the only dog in town here for now.
Oh, wait, let me
However,
get this.
if it happens to have puppies, highly doubtful,
Yeah, but
you'll be first in line.
So, question, Mr. Harbin. This this coupon will basically grant us goods of up to 50 gold pieces. So after we've spent 50 gold pieces worth of this coupon, it won't be valid anymore. How does that work exactly?
Sharp as always, Lazul. Sharp as always. Yes, once your 50 gold has run out, that is it, unfortunately.
So this
It's all
works.
we can spare.
So this works like a check, I guess. Is that like magic involved, or is this just like a?
No,
trust
simply
thing?
hand it to the shop owners. They will, of course, give their stamp. They'll write down the amount, and where you go.
Yes, very well. Thank you, Miss Harmon.
Of course, as always. On yourselves, amongst here, by all means, head down and have yourselves an ale and perhaps something to drink, and other than that, or eat, or whatever you want to do. I myself, and he kind of reaches into one of his pockets and he pulls out like a sort of like a breaded, sort of almost like a muffin kind of thing. He starts mowing down on it. Anyway, if you need me, you could find me in the town master's hall. By the way, while you're here, do check the town board. It's right over there.
Are our rooms provided, or do we have to pay for them out of this?
You guys will have one night of free rest. After that, unfortunately, you're on your own. It's all we can spare, you see. He continues to eat the muffin.
Let's go take a look at that job.
All right.
What does it say on the job already?
Oh,
Ooh.
no way I made
Oh
that.
my god, Randy.
Oh my god, this is so detailed.
Oh wait, was this like the
So each one of these things, you can click on them, and if you hit Z, it will bring it up full page for you to be able to see it. It is also a lovely card, so we can figure out which one we're doing at the time. Anyway, there are 3 different notices on the board here. One of them suggests that the gnomes out in Gnomengard may have a way to rid Vandalin of the dragon, and that you may speak to them, give them a chat, see what you may be able to bring back. Of course, just down south from them, Dazzlin, Greyshard, and Norvis Ironrune, last seen in the ancient dwarven ruins in the mountain to the southwest, must be warned of this white dragon, as they don't know anything about it, and see if what they can do about getting them to come back to Phandalin. Same as, of course, Adabra Gwyn. She lives by herself in a stone windmill on the side of the hill a few miles south of Phandalin. You must urge her to come back to Phandalin.
What are the rewards for these quests?
Oh, well, rewards, you say? Well, we've already started with a lovely payment here of 50 gold, haven't we? I tell you what, if you can bring these people back, or find information, I'll reward you, of course, handsomely.
Handsomely.
That's not an
Yes.
actual number, just pointing that out for you.
That's head.
Yes, no, I got that.
15 gold pieces each. Sound fair?
For
15.
each person?
I mean, that's decent. That's, I guess, decent. But a quest, right?
Well, bring the people back safely. We'll talk about that, of course, but real focus should be figuring out how to rid us of this dragon.
I'm just gonna come out and
Yes.
say it. I feel like information is way easier to gather than fucking people.
Yeah, these gnomes do seem like the easiest of the 3. And they might have useful items, as it says.
I mean, we could go and see the gnomes, and then maybe kind of go overland to the other places on the way back to town.
Yes, quite. How? Where are these locations on a little Sword Coast map? Perhaps we can just do all three of them in a single trip.
Alright, so boom boom boom. Let me just show you guys here. So where you are is here. Welcome to Phandalin. I'm just gonna scoot this dude out of the way so you guys can see all sorts of things. Alright, so first things up, Dwarven Excavation, Gnome Place, and the windmill.
No, well, that's all nice and close. We can just
10 miles-ish.
maybe a 2 or 3 day journey at best. That's
Just a short stretch of the lake.
Indeed. Alright, so I'll bring you guys back to that job board there for you. So, as a group, as you see Townmaster Harvard sort of walking away, what would you guys like to do in the town of Phandalin? You have $50 promissory thingy note to do, and you are welcome to...
I would like to buy a broom.
Like to buy a broom.
I'd also like to buy a broom.
Let's all buy a broom.
I would also very much like to buy a broom.
Is there a broom shop?
There is not too much in the way of broom shops. However, what you might find might be in Barthen's Provisions.
Alright, let's head in.
Let's go to that guy.
I will require rations.
Oh yeah, guys. Like everyone here does have to eat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
We
you
should
guys
probably
can
think about
even...
food.
I even made it so
I
you
could
guys
do
can,
with some rations for
move
some
your own things.
or something like that.
Like, how much do you guys actually like? Everyone has a pet, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what
Yeah.
the fuck, Randy?
If worse comes to worse, like we could just,
Yes, no, none of this will be necessary. If I understand this spell correctly, I can just make food.
Does anybody have a pet rat to give to my pet snake?
Equal.
I can transfigure one non-magical object
Do
into another non-magical object. Food into non-magical object.
will
That
that actually
is-
provide sustenance?
That will.
Oh, cool. As long as we can all agree on what item we're eating.
I solved world hunger in the first hour of the
It'll be enough to sustain you. You have to find items in order to, transfer.
Right.
So that's gonna, in order to find enough stuff in order to do that, it'll take about, maybe like an hour or so for you to do it. Tripping it up the whole time, but
I mean,
Yeah.
think how
Yeah.
much nutritional value would like a discarded boot have, for example?
like turn it into a very
you can turn it into whatever, right? As long as it's not magical. But that'll sustain you for foods, but you just have to have things to do it. So if you're in a room with absolutely nothing around you, somebody is gonna eat a sock apple.
Can I look around and see if there's like a potato sack anywhere? I'm just gonna grab a sack and start putting shit in it, so we can turn it into food.
Potato sack in Barthen's position. Okay, but as you guys enter in there, you see most of the shelves have stocked mostly ordinary goods and supplies, like backpacks and bedrolls and ropes and rations. It doesn't stock much in the way of sort of weapons or armor, but you might be able to find a couple of bits of adventuring gear here, with the exception of things not costing too much. As you guys look around inside of this, each one of you who is looking for a broom, I want you right now to give me a investigation check as you're looking around.
So Randy,
Yes.
question, like we didn't actually get any proficiencies in the wands and wizards, so do we just not have those? Like, I mean, I have like proficiency with potions, but not like any skills. They were never mentioned, I don't think.
For the skills, yeah, they should have been. I believe they were in for. Let me see, compendium.
Do you get them from? Where do you get them from?
I got a proficiency.
Yeah, you guys. I think you get
From
them
like your
from. Saving. Yeah, skills, intellect. So you get them from casting styles. So skills, herbal.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't make that clear. Sorry.
I guess we'll take magical theory and.
Yes, you'll notice some of them are in your.
I didn't notice that.
You'll notice some of them are in your attack. That's only because they don't exist, and I just didn't want to be bothered having to make a whole new character sheet just for the thing. So they are in there because essentially most of your attacks are in the spellbook. In fact, all of them are, right? All right, so investigations. All right. Ooh, oh no. I'm so so sorry there. I'm gonna keep getting this name wrong. Hekata. Hekata. There we go. Hekata. All right. Unfortunately for you, not so good on that with getting the 4, or the natural 1, I should say.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. However, the score to beat was actually just a 10. I was to be like, if they didn't get a 10, then I'll find you a fucking room. But no, they did. So, of course, we have a Seth, and we have none other than... Oh, there we go. It's because your names aren't the same here. There we go. Sorry, Seth, and we've got Mr. Rayman, and, of course, none other than Mr. Pompous-y.
Change the name in the thing.
Oh, that would be clever. That would be awesome. I always forget about doing
There
that.
we go.
If you look at the thing. Here we go. I got my list of things now. So yeah, you guys, of course, do end up finding a lovely broom. In and of itself, brooms themselves are not magical. However, they are imbued with magical things. These ones just so happen to be normal brooms.
So where do we get, flying brooms?
So I would not like to buy this broom if it doesn't fly or have anything special about it.
Yes, we would like to have flying brooms, sir.
Do you have like a small tiny broom so I can show to people that I have this broom even though I cannot fly?
Proprietor Elmer Barthen is kind of like a lean, balding human man of about 50 years old. He employs a couple of young clerks known as Ander and Thistle. They help load and unload wagons. You saw them on the outside as you were coming in. He kind of looks up and he goes, "Flying brooms?"
Oh, a keychain broom, like a tiny one I can show to everybody. How serious I am about brooms.
Yes, flying brooms, sir.
I don't think there'd be too much of the flying brooms here. You got the regular ones. They sweep just fine.
Would there be a way to make a regular broom magical, DM?
There are ways to do those things. On a level 1 character, probably not so easy to do.
Perhaps the gnomes can jump. Yes, let's get a few brooms. Just in case. They can't be that.
Okay. He kind of looks awkward at you all again. He goes, "All right, brooms, 1 copper each."
Very well.
Kind of need an industrial one. You got one of them push brooms.
You can take this one and push it.
That'll work.
My God.
All right, as you all show the lovely sheet of paper. Go ahead.
Seth is also like, so Do you have like any like bags that you're not using that are free?
Free bag.
Yeah, like like I don't know if like you put like a cat in it and it peed in it or something, and you don't want to reuse it. I'll take it.
Does it have to be that specific of a bag?
I would prefer if it's not.
Right. Here. He kind of hands you a small sort of burlap sack. He goes, this one's got a hole in the bottom of it, but you're welcome to it.
It's free because of the hole, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Why would you? Okay.
I'm gonna put whatever random stuff I find in this bag, and then we'll eat it.
But it'll fall out of the. Okay.
No, I can fix the bit. Like, dude, I can fix a bag, man.
I could have just made
like,
a
holds
bag.
up her wand.
I mean, technically, could you just fix the bag as well with your...
I could have just made one. Okay, well.
Well, I got this
Anyway,
for free, so
that's
like
how
that
pompous
saves
he
you
is.
energy. So you're welcome.
Here's me.
Barton, Sir Barton, do you have anything that might be useful to us? We are here to kill the dragon.
Dragon, you say? Well, there's not too much in the way, but you see him kind of looking around, looking outside the window every now and then. He goes, "It isn't exactly that you're looking for."
Well, I suppose you might be able to procure some sort of transportation, maybe a cart or a few horses or both.
Well, now you're starting to talk my language. Flying brooms, I'm not too sure, but horses and carts, well, that's something I can do.
Terrific.
Well, altogether, I can set you guys up for a cart and a couple of horses. Say, altogether 50 gold?
That works out perfectly.
Is that including the brooms?
And I would like some cleaning supplies,
Well,
like to do the dishes.
You can spit shine those.
Spit shine dishes. Just ask boss to do it. Just magic on everything. You can make from these dirty dishes clean dishes. What is your character's name, by the way? Because I need to remember it.
I'm Lazul.
Last move.
That I go up.
All right, you're gonna be the person that like supplies to everything.
Whoa.
Okay.
Are you going through Lazul's channel? Is that why?
What? No, he just
Yeah, no, there's things like next to me in real life.
stuff from stuff. I'm not cheating. I'm not looking at your stuff.
No, I meant, are you talking through my mic?
Next to the IC.
Oh yeah, they're in the
I'm like,
room.
they're real people who know each other.
Yeah,
I get it
yeah.
now.
They're real
Just for the
humans.
longest time, I'm just like, what? How is this? How are you doing that? That is
I am just
incredible.
like my voice is
Calling me
They're
via
real
Skype and then having to
humans,
use
Randy.
Skype.
yeah, it's just telepathy. Just do it sometimes.
I should have known.
Josephine is actually an AI. I mean,
What?
you know what I mean?
I'm like the her person.
So he sets you up with a sort of. He gives you a bit of a parchment there, and he kind of writes a little bit on it. He goes, 50 gold. How you be paying for that?
Well, we have this nice proof of purchase from, well, I guess proof of to purchase from Hub and Western.
Yes. Well, I'll be taking that then. Well, it seems to be exactly for the right amount. So, all right. Well, I'll just hang on, write that down, and you see him kind of grabbing his stamp, and he kind of pushes it down onto the price of 50. He goes, "Oh, that was a good note, Bent, I suppose."
You made sure one of them horses was a big old draft horse, didn't you?
Well, we're gonna do our best. We're rounding everything up for you now.
There you go. Also, I need a slingshot. Have you got a slingshot?
Roll. Let's see here.
Can't get my character sheet to open up. I can't roll anything in the channel, so I'll roll in the other channel if that's okay.
I could just verify that coupon into a coupon about the stamp, and then we could just do this again and run.
You could certainly try.
Oh god.
I wouldn't even know the question at that point.
Just get a scam type.
You could certainly try. However, sorry, Slingshot, he kind of looks at him and goes, not really. No, sorry.
Where could I get one?
Perhaps maybe the smithy's got something there for you.
Does a slingshot fit in a 1 foot cube?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All right, then we just need to find something worth as much as a slingshot.
Here, and Seth is gonna hand him her bag that she just got for free.
All right, let's see if this works. Can I turn the bag into this slingshot? This is such a dumb spell.
All right. So, well, you do have to. There we go.
It just says
Yeah.
turn the object symbols as a messenger.
You can turn. You can. Well, can you turn it into a not? You can turn it into a slingshot. Yes.
Epic. Here you go.
Now it's no longer.
Alchemy, my friends.
It was
Thank you.
free, it doesn't matter, it's fine. You're welcome, whatever.
And I pick it up and I hold it up for examining the strap and making sure that it's nice and springy. And then I look at Mr. Barthard and I say, "Okay, now you got any ball bearings?"
Ball bearings, I have. Yes. What are you looking for?
I want to purchase some ball bearings.
How many?
Well, how many have you got? And how much are they?
Well, he reaches down and he kind of pulls up a modest-sized bag. Pulls it up and clangs it onto the table. He goes, "Well, this here's about 1,000 or so, and it'll cost you about a gold." He kind of smacks a barrel behind him, and he goes, "This here, well, that's a whole bunch of sacks in there."
I think the 1,000 will do me just fine, and I hand him my paper to mark off the 1 gold, and I turn to Lazul and I say, "I mean, you can make the bell bearings into food, can't you?"
Very tiny food. Grapes.
Well, or good berries.
Hey.
No, there we go. Okay, so other than getting some ball bearings, is there anything else you want to grab?
I mean, are we going to camp rough in the cart, or are we putting up tents and stuff?
Well, we're staying in the inn tonight, and then we're dealing with whatever we have to deal with tomorrow.
Well, we're going to buy it now, or we're going to buy it tomorrow and spend time shopping tomorrow. Irving is a survival wizard.
He's pretty cool.
Seth grew up in a very sheltered and pampered lifestyle, and she is just not into this right now.
Yeah.
Definitely going to want to not rough it. Perhaps buy a couple of tents.
Yeah.
Oh my god, fine. How many for the how much for tents? And how many do we need? Who's bunking with who?
Depends on how big they are and how much you guys like your privacy.
I mean, if we're talking about privacy, I want my own tent.
Well, we do have a couple of tents around here. Modest ones at best. Of course, Thistle here, he whips them up in his spare time. But I'd say for each one, 5 gold.
That seems like a lot for homemade little
They're
things.
sturdy. Trust
About
me.
like a bundle deal.
Well, if you were all getting a tent, and I'll spring it down, say, 6 gold.
Total.
In total, yes.
That I can do.
That's a very good deal, sir.
Oh,
I prop
if you're
up
going
my
to get rid of them
legs
all, then, to be quite honest, these ones are good, but the details on them are kind of not the greatest, but he's working on more.
Will it keep the rain off?
I think that would be
Oh, it'll do
fine.
much more than that. It'll keep the cold out, too.
That's what we need.
Okay,
don't know.
what details?
Not keeping the cold out. Do you have any cloaks? Like cloaks.
Or bedrolls.
Well, we have a couple of bedrolls for sure, but
Wait, really
we're not
quick,
in the business of having any colors or
quick question
clothes.
for DM.
Cloaks is in like a winter cloak or a silk cloak, wizarding things.
Nothing too much in that way here, no. Out of this time of year.
Quick DM question.
Yes,
Are these tents in line with Harry Potter tents?
they could be. You don't know.
Okay. Well, that's why. Okay. So yeah, that's Steph's question. Like, wait, do we need bedrolls? What kind of tents are we talking about? I know tents. I've gone camping before with my stupid family. What kind of tents are these?
Well, from what you can tell is that they seem to be just...
Can we check one
ordinary
out? Can we
tents.
just like test one out real quick? Pitch it.
Yeah,
see
Irving
what's
just starts
inside?
setting one up right in the store.
You wanna set up a tent in the store?
Yes,
I'm sorry,
I want to
but,
test it out.
Already putting the poles together.
Somebody help him
oh,
quick before this guy
right.
can say no fully.
It's a series of like wooden sort of planks that all sort of snap together, and then the sort of overcovering of like burlap sack mixed with some sort of like resiny tar that keeps it sort of essentially waterproof, and then another layer of burlap over top.
Yeah, no problem. Do you need me to roll for that?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand as you're trying to put it together, actually.
You have your.
Okay, let me see did that roll come up?
It did. Oh god, and it was a 5. So you're putting it up the way you think it's correct, and you get to the very last end, and you realize that it's like you've done it. You've set it up one way, but you've put the top on long ways, and the other ways, and you're like and you have to kind of go off and do it again and disassemble. And the moment you take the top off, the whole of it pieces just kind of falls and hits the floor.
Absolutely.
They kind of you see Boffin just kind of go. Tell you what, hey, you boys, get out here. And you see the 2 young men coming out from behind, and they kind of help you assemble it as they kind of get it all together for you. It's a simple, modest sort of tent. It'll probably fit 3 or 4 people comfortably.
Or 2 Irvings.
Oh, 2 rings.
Are there already like cots or anything inside, or are they just like plain old tents?
They are just essentially just a frame that covers over with the burlap sacks, and then the bottom of it is essentially that same material, but it's fastened to the wooden material. So sort of like a triangle shape.
Okay.
Like a wide triangle shape.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I think we still need bedrolls, guys.
Well, I mean, I've got a couple of them here. I mean, a few of them. Here. He starts digging through, and he goes, He realizes, he goes, oh, wait. There's a few of them on there. One of them looks just absolutely beautiful with like a crimson sort of coloring on it and sort of almost like a gold stitching around the edging. As he's kind of lobbing them up there, eventually the quality starts to really drop. And one of them he just lifts up and it just looks like it's just completely tattered on the edges. It seems like it used to be maybe like a green or a blue, but it is just down to like this grayish color.
I want that one. I want that one.
Hey, Mr. Fancy Man, you better take this one, and I shoved the red and gold one at Lazul.
What? What did you throw at me?
A bedroll! You want to sleep cold? You want to sleep comfy?
Thank you, I suppose.
I would also very much appreciate a pet food, if that's okay. Also, if the accent is too thick and it's hard to understand, let me know, because it's just French accent and French language sucks. So that's where my anger comes from.
Okay, don't worry.
No, you're good so far. It is
Okay, yeah,
angry.
just let me know.
I'm feeling the anger.
No, it's not really angry. It's just like the accent is pretty thick. Sometimes
French woman.
I can't understand. Yes.
Right.
With
All
a
right,
man's body, now that I'm noticing.
It happens.
How do you notice?
Because you didn't blend anything.
I didn't. I couldn't. 3D doesn't blend. It just
I can
has.
help. I'll help. But anyway, all right, Hecate, as you're kind of, reaching forward for a bedroll, you find one. Yours is kind of like almost like a deep purple color. It seems to be, used but not overused.
That sounds fine. I would very much like this one, if that's okay, shopkeeper.
Yes, of course. Each one, you guys can have a bedroll. Say, give you the same deal. 6 coins, 6 gold.
No,
But
mine's not worth even a... No. Look at mine.
No. 6 gold for for all of them.
No, this one's free.
I just push the letter of marque at him and say, just, run the tab.
All right, fair
It's
enough.
only 5 gold. Because this one's shit, so it should be free. I don't even know.
Okay, so yeah, the bedrolls plus my ball bearings, that's 6 gold. Thank you.
All right. Well, is there anything else I can help you all with? You seem to be all in good favor of Mr. Arbin.
Yes.
What kind of weapons do you have?
Oh, you won't find any weapons here, but perhaps over at the smithy.
Is there also a place for poison in this city?
Oh, poison, healing potions. You won't find any of that stuff around here.
Ah, thank you. Very informative. Oh, wait.
Your subtlety is like super impressive, by the way.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hey, where can we find poison?
And considering that women are the ones who generally use poison to kill people, yeah, no, not suspicious at all.
That track.
Is it that much worse than asking if you can buy like a crossbow as well?
What? A crossbow?
Anyway,
Okay.
right, no, I think this will be all good, sir.
Right. Well, you guys have fun. Seems like you're out for a good adventure.
Where's the best place to like party around here? And
Party?
not like the tourist type. I mean, like, where do I get a line?
I'm not sure what you mean there, but
Okay, cool.
I'm sure you can find all sorts of things. Sure, you can find all sorts of things. Perhaps down at the Miners' Exchange. They're always up to something weird down there. But,
that
no.
seems to track, yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Should be able to make some wines if you give me the right ingredients.
I don't like if I had the right things, I would. What do you think I would be doing right now?
I mean, I could probably find the ingredients as we go. It's, most of that stuff is plant-based.
I would
Oh,
admit,
speaking of finding things, dude, do you have like another bag I could take before we leave?
Is that something like coffee or tea here?
I've got this one here for you, but
That's not what you meant, no?
No, but I mean, we can transform it because it's very similar.
No, it needs to be equal value though. I don't think cocaine is an equal value
It's really
species.
cheap where they make it. It's
But
very
it's, like,
cheap.
not-
Yeah, it's very subjective.
It's
But,
just
like equal
expensive
value,
here.
though. Like we have.
What does equal value mean in whose eyes?
well, I mean, I would say, well, it would be like if it's an item or whatever, like a non-magical item, it would have to be, judging by the
So how much does cocaine cost, DM?
that is subjective very much, but I will say that it's very similar to just drugs. But
Just
I mean,
drugs.
but you're not gonna find that kind of stuff in a well-established.
Yeah, but the
shop
point
like
is I don't need to because I can I can make it if I have
It
something
just
of
needs
equal
to be
value.
Equal value. Like.
Oh,
we
in that
need
case,
to
I
find
will
a
say-
street value item.
Okay,
from
in
the
that
black
case, I would say it's got to be at least 10 goals, and then you can turn it into some drugs that'll last you for a day.
That'll last us for a day.
A whole fucking day.
God.
You knew this was gonna.
You know, I just realized I can I can use this spell to like just get rid of things. I could just there's a door in our way. It's gone now.
Oh, but that's.
Yeah, it's so useful.
Oh wait, is that
Wow,
the one?
okay.
You have, but you have to
do it in
use
one
like
cubic
50
feet.
GP worth of like ruby, right? Ruby dust.
No, I don't need shit. There's no.
What?
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, I thought the
How do
cantrip
I
had
get
a component involved. Which one is it?
Pretty. I'll check again, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
Which one are you talking about?
Adverto, it's like because I'm a transfiguration, so that's like my
Okay,
main
okay.
cup of tea as well. So it's like
I don't have that one.
no, it doesn't require shit.
Oh.
But like, yeah,
That's useful.
very useful.
The
Okay.
universal incantation is taught to Hogwarts students in their first transfiguration class. It is very simple and easy to do because a first-year wizard is taught how to do it. You transfigure one non-magical object that fits in a 1-foot cube into another non-magical object of similar size and mass and of equal value or less. So, you can switch and change things into the same size per cubic. So as you're changing the door, it would be like it's slowly changing into like, I don't know, feathers.
Yeah, I mean, I could change it into like water or feathers, and we could just move through.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
There's
each
so many
action,
uses in this spell.
indeed, each action takes 6 seconds though, so keeping that in mind for each cubic feet, right? So that if you're in a hurry, you can't just
Well, yeah, but I mean, I can up
secure a
it,
door.
and I
You
have
have
this.
to take, yeah.
I have this class feature that allows me to do it one size category larger. That's like my trend. That's my one feature I get.
Nice. That's
So then, and if I cast at first level, I can do a 5-foot cube, which is really big.
So Irving is going to campaign that you transform doors into gingerbread.
That's a good idea.
I'm not sure if gingerbread is worth as much as the door. But
It depends on if it's good quality gingerbread.
I
Exactly.
guess it depends on what kind of quality the door is.
Exactly.
all right.
I think you'll figure
We
it
should
out.
probably go to the places though.
I feel like with that,
Let's go. I think
you should just become like
Did we
a
get
store
everything?
clerk.
Are we
You can
good?
oversell everything because you have exactly what they need.
Maybe.
Are we?
So I pick up my partially used letter of marque, and then I load all of the tents and the bedrolls into the back of the cart, and I'm ready, standing there waiting on the rest of them.
Oh, what kind of
Alright.
bag did I
Yes,
get?
let us
You
go.
did manage to get a bag. It's a small linen bag about the size of, about about a 1 by 1 foot cube sort of thing.
This is fine. I could probably fit some shoes in here. Whatever.
Yeah. Good.
Like, and then we're gonna eat them.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, seems like you're all set up for an adventure. I'd suggest you head out over to the mountains there, maybe. I mean, tons of orcs are heading down in there from the lowlands, and if Neverwinter doesn't send help soon, well, the orcs will overrun Phandalin as well. Destroy everything we've worked to rebuild.
Orcs? That's disgusting.
You sound like weirdly cheerful. Like, I feel like you've been practicing this and you've probably said it to multiple other groups of people. How many dead bodies are we going to find up there?
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the guy who's telling us, like, yes, go. Good luck.
Hey, I'm just telling you, there's things out there we don't know. And, well, something's been pushing everything down this way.
Do you know of any other groups
Something besides the dragon?
sent up there who haven't come back down?
You see, the dragon's pushing everything out.
This is massively dodged that question.
Alright, let's go. Everyone just fucking leave.
Ominous much.
Guy, I want to hit this man. Let's leave. I want to stab him up the nose with my wand.
I'm not sure if you did it on purpose, Liam, but that was the most hilarious fucking interaction. Have any groups come up that haven't returned? You see, the dragon's been pushing lots of stuff.
Like, just a fucking broken record.
And there's not too much that he sort of has to tell.
If there's like a murder or something, or like a murder mystery, it's definitely Barthen. Just so we know.
Absolutely.
Who's dragons beating her?
Barthen was the dragon all along.
Indeed. So, as you guys are making your way around the old town of Phandalin, is there anything you guys want to do whilst here? Is it the Stonehill Inn, or perhaps the Sleeping Giant, or even go visit down over the Townmaster's Hall and reevaluate that on board again?
No, let's just go to the first. Yeah, what is Sleeping Giant actually?
Sleeping Giant. Well, it was. Well, still is. It's rocking. It just doesn't open for right now, as it is somewhat in the early morning, or actually early evening. In between. Afternoon. There we go. Early afternoon. There we go. It is, of course, a tavern that is located down at the end of the main street here. It's got a lovely porch with several barrels on ale for display. It has sort of an outward patio where you see coming in and out many different sort of orcs and humans kind of rushing in and out, serving drinks and food and many of all that sort of fun jazz.
Well, it hardly seems a place for civilized folk. I suggest we just go and talk to these dwarves, or whatever's closest.
Well, didn't you want to go to the blacksmiths and get your weapons?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so
let's go.
do you guys want
I want to go to
the
that
Sleeping
place.
Giant?
Yeah. I want to look through
All
the
right.
windows.
Look through the windows.
I want to gauge the place.
Sure.
The vibe.
As you peek inside, many things are happening. Very busy staff sort of rushing in and out from the back, serving many of the people that are inside, as well as many in the patio sort of area. Many of these people seem to be taking sort of their afternoon lunch break to have an ale before they finish up. Many of them seem to be sort of rough and tumble sort of farmhands from the Alderley farm. As you kind of look around, you see a very huge portion of what seems to be some sort of beast meat sitting on the counter, and it's kind of being slowly cut by a couple of the waitresses there, and kind of being served out by a few others. It seems to be a very busy, very happening place, at least for this time of day.
As she's looking through the window, Seth is gonna like kind of look over at everyone else and just give the like the no, not here, no. And specifically, she's looking at what is Lazul? Is that how we say it? Lazul. She recognizes him as being someone who grew up in privilege. She's like, this is not the fucking place for us.
Yeah.
Guys, so like this is like a great idea for getting drunk for the next 2 hours, but then back to the inn. I'm absolutely not staying there. It's gross. It's so gross. It's dirty. I don't want to say anything like rude, you know what I mean? But it's dirty in there. So
Would you rather? I mean, if we can have our options open, we could either go to the inn, which is then for free, or we could sleep in our tent and bedroom. I don't think there's any other sleeping options in this.
I just bought a bunch of tents. I mean, what time of day is it? Should we not go to all these places?
Well, and if we go into the Sleeping Giant, we don't have a voucher left to pay for anything. Yeah, let's just go back to the inn. Everything's free there.
All right. So, as you make your way back to the Stonehill Inn after a very interesting journey over to the Sleeping Giant, it's a very modest menu. It seems to be just a couple of loaves of bread, various bits of stews, a couple of bits of perhaps not the freshest of meats, but fresh nonetheless. And of course, some various vegetables from the Alderley farms and around. This area seems to be more of a place for the passing through, making their way from the Miners Trail, heading off through up the Tribord Trail. It's very quiet, but it's not the most elegant of places. Everything here seems to be sort of built just for function rather than making it look nice.
This place does.
As you enter in,
This place does look pretty horrible. Maybe you had a point. I don't really see our tent being any better. But yeah. Sorry, go on.
the short friendly male that you guys see there, Toblin, is a native to the lovely Tribord to the east. Kind of looks at you and he, oh, hi there. How can I help?
We were supposed to have rooms for the night.
Oh, yeah, you must be Harbin's people, yeah?
Yeah, that's us. We need room and food. Lots
sure.
of food.
Sure. You guys have your, he said that he was going to give you guys something.
No, he said we had a room for the night for free. One room, one night for free.
Yeah,
After that, we'd have to pay for it.
Yeah, for sure. I just need to make sure that it's you guys. I just need it for identification.
Oh, yeah, no, here. I waved a piece of paper in his face.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you so much. Sorry. Anybody could have just came in, you know? We want to make sure that it's really you.
I guess that's a...
Yeah, no, it's us.
All right, well, there's 6 rooms here. You're welcome to choose any one of them. We've reserved them all just for you, of course. Well, as for the food, there's not too much in the way, but again, I can whip up a few pieces of stuff for you. Would you like just like a platter or something from like a stew?
I want like 3 bowls of stew, but I want them delivered to my room. And I don't want them to knock. I want them to whisper my name under the crack of the door.
That is so specific. I love it.
Well, it's just me here, so
So that's going to be
Yeah.
your job, right?
yeah. You okay?
My name is Seth.
Seth, I'll bring your stuff up to you.
No,
Do I have to-
I want him to do it. And I
Do I have to? Do I have to say your name?
Yeah, under the crack of the door.
Okay.
Don't knock. Just say my name.
Okay.
I appreciate
Sure.
you. And then she's just gonna turn around and walk up to her room.
Okay.
Yes, I would also like some stew, but you can just knock. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Sure thing. Anybody else?
Sure.
We'll sit down here.
Okay. Well, if you, just let me know if you guys need anything. Okay.
When we get the stew, I'll make it better.
All right.
Like with Veribird, I'll make it like a really fancy soup that I like instead of this peasant soup.
No,
Few
Irving
moments-
just sits down by the fire in the common room and eats the stew as it is.
I did not realize my mic was mute that whole entire time.
Yeah,
Oh,
you haven't
man.
said a single word, have you?
I thought you.
I had muted my mic.
Oh my
Oh, there
god.
All
No.
right. Well, what
The entire
are you doing then? We'll let you have one turn here. What are you doing there, Raymond?
Yeah, Raymond had water off. We were going to eat. Raymond had went down to the farm
Okay.
to ask about some food supplies.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
What is it that you're looking for in specific, like anything specific, or just whatever they
Just-
have?
Just like anything they have that like I could put that they can have them in the bag, like a big bag of fruit.
Sure. Roll me a persuasion check, please. As you approach the Alderley farm, you're met with a very large, beefy, top-heavy fellow. He seems to be chucking some hay into a big pile. As you approach, he goes, "Ugh,
All
what do
right.
you want?"
Yeah. I just came to here to see if I can grab some fruit from you.
I'm busy. Can't you see? Why don't you come back a little later, all right? That's what you got for your 6.
Dang. Yeah. That sucks.
All right. As you guys are making your way around, as you're making your way back through, you pass by Townmaster Harbin as he's kind of making his way towards all of you collectively. Well then, everybody's all settled then.
Sure. I mean, can I, like, what does this stew taste like?
Give me a. What would we say? More like survival or nature? What would you go for? I think maybe.
Survival.
Yeah, I'd go for more survival myself. Give me a survival check, please. I'll tell you what it tastes like.
Must admit, I did interpret survival. Oh, was it survival? No, I think it was nature. No, never mind.
Yeah, nature got switched. All right. Oof.
I have
Okay,
good
yeah.
sense of taste.
Yes. As you eat it, it's a bit gamey. It's the meat's a little tough in it, but not unbearable. Definitely has hints of cabbage and carrots and onions and all that other jazz. The meat seems to be almost like a mutton, or perhaps something of that nature, but very finely cut up.
Alright, so it is edible, I suppose.
It is very much so.
Okay, I will
It's not the greatest stew in the world, but it's
yeah, I'll get
it's
the
home
attention
cooking.
of the cook and make him aware of the lackings of this stew, that the meat is not edible, but the rest of it is fine, and I suggest him to keep on frying. Alright.
Okay. Well,
Poor Toblins.
if
He's
there's
trying so hard.
if there's nothing else that there's so much around here, you're all set up here.
Okay.
If there's anything else that we can do around here, don't hesitate to ask me. I'll be here at the Townmaster's Hall. Well, I'll be there at the Townmaster's Hall, which I am not there now because I'm with you.
All right.
And you see him kind of wandering away, the little pug Randy kind of waddling behind him as he makes his way over to the Townmaster's Hall.
I really don't like that guy.
There's plenty of things for you to do, guys. As you guys are passing by the center of this lovely large stone area, as all the roads seem to connect into that, all the paths connect in this larger area, sort of like a town square, you notice a small sort of stone pile, but it seems to be in such a way that it's making a lovely design, like a shrine almost. The only temple is a shrine made of stones taken from the nearby ruins. It is dedicated, which seems to be to some sort of goddess of luck or good fortune. You do, however, see a small green sort of handkerchief run around the stone structure.
That's interesting.
Should I cut it?
It is tied on there. You can cut it. What are you going to cut it with?
I mean, like, I have teeth or whatever.
Well, it is like a sort of like a scarf, basically.
I also have time. Teeth and time, man.
You're just gonna sit there and gnaw off a scarf in the middle of the town
I'm not
square.
saying I'm gonna do it. I'm asking them if I should.
Oh,
Like, do
I
you
just
think
feel-
it's worth it?
No.
Steffi,
Couldn't we just ask our good friend to make it something else that we can take with us, and then we
What
can
are
turn
we
it back
doing? We're trying to get a handkerchief from a.
and then we can
shrine?
turn it back into the handkerchief again.
Confused. Why?
fine.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I, like, literally was not listening to any of you.
I said, what are we doing? We're taking a handkerchief from a shrine?
She's thinking about it.
I'm.
Why?
there's a green handkerchief that's
Is it like a special handkerchief? Why do we want it?
I don't
Is
know.
there anything reading
No, it's just
the
like,
shrine?
it's surrounding this important thing, so I feel like it might be important, and I want to take it
Of course.
because it might be important.
You are all such strange creatures.
I would not suggest taking something that's from a sort of. What's what I'm looking for? Religious
Shrine?
symbol. Religious symbol.
Irving
Yeah.
Irving says, yeah, no, that he agrees with Raven. It's somebody else's sacred thing. Don't touch it.
Okay.
You see Barthen coming out of the store as he's you kind of see him darting around looking for all of you. He finally sees one of you as he makes his way up to you. Oh hey, we've got everything ready for you, but just wanted to know where you wanted it to go.
That's a good question. Should we vote? Or do we want to go
Where do we want to go?
that way?
We should go to the dwarves first. They're the closest.
Oh, yeah, that's
Gnomes?
The dwarves. If you look on the map, I mean, we can just make a little circle, right? So, like, if you look here, then we go to the Dwarven Excavation first, then to Noman Garden, then Umbridge Hill, and
Oh,
back to
yeah.
the Mill, and we just make a little circle there. Seems good.
Yeah, alright. We can go see the dwarves first, whatever. Ah, jeez.
All right.
Do we have to, like, bring them anything? Should we bring, like, a fruitcake or something? I don't know. My mom always
we'll
told me
just-
if you're going somewhere, you should probably, like, bring something.
Just bring him.
Gingerbread. You
Mine
should
would
always bring
die.
gingerbread.
We can make something on the way.
Alright. And,
Right, we can make gingerbread on the way. It's fine.
Seth, okay, so quick. Seth is looking at, but not really at, kind of through Irving. They were in the same house together. They had the same classes together, and she has steadfastly been ignoring him for 7+ years. And so she's doing the same thing now. She's like, yeah, cool, awesome, great idea.
All right. So, our adventure sets us off to the Dwarven Excavation, heading off to try and gather up the gnomes, or the dwarves, rather. I shouldn't have called them gnomes, it's bad. Anyway, check them out, Dazzlin and Norbis, and hanging out there in the mountains, hanging out in the mountains to the southwest, and they must be warned of a white dragon taking shelter in the mines.
Yes, cryo.
Indeed. All right. As you guys load up your lovely travel buggy, you make your way off to Dwarven Excavation.
Did they find a cart horse for me?
Cart horse.
A big old draft horse?
Oh, yes. One of them is actually one is particularly beefy.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Right.
Could I roll Constitution to see if Seth gets motion sickness during this ride? She hates animals.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Wrong one.
I just realized I have the mold earth equivalent, so I could just move earth and then turn it into rock and build a castle really quickly.
There you go. You're kind of stuck in the middle, but you're kind of more favoring on keeping everything together. SF.
Okay, so she's doing that gross thing where she goes bleh, and then she swallows it back down. And you all have to hear this while you're riding along with her.
Yes.
Hey, Steph, you got your bag handy?
All right. So as you're traveling along, there's enough room for all of you to be able to be plunked down there. But who is in the front 2 seats? Who's got the reins? Who's driving our cart?
Probably our major should be handling the animals.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Cool.
We had one of those, right?
Indeed,
Yeah,
you do.
Irving.
Irving, okay, so I guess you'll be driving there, Irving. All right. So,
yeah, Irving is up for this.
okay, so as you are traveling along the road, I need you to go ahead and roll me a perception check, please. As you're driving along the lovely high road heading down towards the lovely Dwarven Excavation. Ooh, nice. Okay. It's still somewhat just teetering after the afternoon. The carts, the horses, keeping a good pace. It seems everyone in the back is somewhat bored. I mean, it's just a ride. But, ooh, what's this? Oh.
It's probably all to do. I don't know.
A spell your think and roll thing. But anyway, yes, for the 16, as you're traveling along, you don't see too much going on. This road seems to be well kept. Many travelers seem to be going up and down.
Honey made on the wall, 99 bottles of honey made.
God.
I swear to God, I will turn you into a vase.
Peace. 1 cubic feet per time. All right.
That's terrible.
As you guys are heading off towards the Dwarven Excavation that lies due east of Leolon, 15 miles southwest of Phandalin, the eastern end of the canyons. As you guys take a look As you approach, the canyon's rocky walls rise to a height of about 80 feet tall. At the end of the canyon, a 20-foot high wall of black stone has a broken gate carved into it, with one stone door hanging precariously by a hinge, and the other door missing. Beyond this open gate, in the shadow of the great mountain to the east, lies ruins. It's very quiet in there. As you all dismount, forgive me, the one thing I did not anticipate was a cart. But nonetheless, here we go. Let's get you over to this lovely thing.
Horses are amazing.
Something like this. So, this is the start of your lovely little thing here. This is the large black, should be black, but they're not going
Yeah, it's all black.
Well, should be. Well, for you it is, because I don't have your character hasn't been given sight. I will give them
I
sight.
see
Ooh,
everything. Oh God, she's so big now.
he's too large. All right, there we go. That should make it so you can see. Yes, I do this, and I gotta put you on the right layer.
I can stop. I don't know, do we even have those? I guess we have like some wizard spells and well, I
There you
haven't
go.
used spells yet. But yeah, cool.
All right. So as you approach these large, this large area over here. Whoops. There we go. That's the one I want. It's the large sort of black sort of stone that's basically the entrance into this deep and dark and quiet area. Very dark inside.
Does anyone? Oh, yeah. I was just going to ask.
Yeah. Look.
Oh, yeah. I'll take away your pets for now, just because I this is where I put them in. All right. So as you approach in, it's completely dark. You can't see anything in there at all.
Just cast it.
Lumos.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I hold up my wand and say, Lumos.
Okay, I will give you guys some Lumoses. All right, here we go. Boom. 15. Oosh. And who else is casting that spell?
We all have the spell? I don't know.
No,
Okay.
I'll just stay close to you guys.
Okay, I just say for.
Wait, so only 2 people actually have a sword right now?
Right.
Well, where's the sword?
Dang.
All right. Oh, there we go. And okay, you as well. Okay, Hakata.
I show no fear.
Oh God.
I don't know what that
Ooh,
was.
that's a fancy roll 20.
It's not that fancy. All right, here we go. 15. I completed all these maps the other day. Okay, so there you go, you guys. Those who have light, who have Lumos on them, they are now leading where you can see everybody.
You forgot.
Yeah? No, you're not about to say yellow.
Coming to the ones that have the most.
Where did Irving go?
Us.
Oh, because I didn't. Hold on. I got you, Irving. Sorry about that, Irving.
Thank you, I can't move it myself.
Is this the mountain?
Yeah.
Am I in the mountain? I don't think this should. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll hang you with the group. All right, so as you guys are approaching in, you see a particular area here. You see sort of like the canyon floor is sort of strewn with just rubble and bereft of vegetation, except for a few sort of straggly weeds. There doesn't seem to be too much going on in the way, but as you get closer, you see a whole bunch of many different just piles and piles of rubble. But as you get close to these large sort of facade doors, there we go. you start to hear some voices speaking. You kind of hear them just kind of back and forth. What's your name, people? I don't have those photos of butter.
Oh, sounds like ogre.
Orc, maybe?
Does anyone speak anything but common? Is that even a thing in this?
I have.
All right.
They can speak to
That's it.
snakes.
Are they snakes, DM? Do they?
They are not snakes.
Yeah, I could have told you there weren't snakes.
Well, do they sound? What can we make a check to see if we can at least recognize the language?
Sure. Yeah.
Does it sound like Dwarvish?
It sounds somewhat, from what you can understand, the sort of cadence of how dwarves would speak. Yes.
All right. Well, I'll just be like, excuse me. Hello.
You suddenly hear. Oh yes. What? Who's out there?
We are a company of adventurers. We have been hired to warn you about an imminent dragon attack.
What? Warn us? The dragon? Huh.
Yes, there's a dragon. He's called Triovan. You must evacuate the area.
As you guys enter in and take a peek inside the area, the partially collapsed 10-foot high wall separates this courtyard from the settlement west of it. 3 heaps of rubble are piled high in this area and hewn from the canyon's back wall. The 30-foot temple facade features steps rising to a stone platform. Cut into this facade is a 10-foot high open doorway flanked by crumbling life-size granite statues of cloaked dwarves. Evil grins can be seen on their weather-worn faces. They haven't been... there we go. And as you guys see behind the lovely piles, you see the couple of dwarves, matching the descriptions of Dazzlin and Norvis.
Oh, well, you must be Dazzlin and Norvis.
Well, of course. Who are you?
I am Lazarus Dregor of the Dregor family. I am leading this company, and yes, we've been hired by the mayor of Fendalin to escort you home, or at least tell you to go home.
Go home.
You know, you should really keep this place more tight. It almost seems like the dragon already attacked.
Oh my god, dude. They literally don't want to hear about your cleaning tips. Hey, guys, dragon, coming. Gonna eat you. Get the fuck out.
Well, I tell you what, we'll be on our way, sure enough. Thanks for the warning.
Like quicker than usual. Like, don't finish up your work, gather what you can, and leave. Now, while we're still watching you do it.
Well, we'd love to be able to grab all of our stuff, and...
I didn't say all of it. I said what you needed.
Well, that's just it. What we do need is, well, right over there. And he kind of points over to the double doors hanging off to the east between the statues.
What's over there?
Well, the equipment that we need is, well, in there, but some weird goop back there.
Weird goop.
What do you mean, goop?
Yes, it started attacking us and tried to swallow us whole, so we just came out here to settle our heads.
I would like to roll a roll to find out whether or not I know what he's referring to with my expertise in animals and herbology.
Yeah, you could give me, this will be, magical creatures.
Okay. Did that show up?
It did, and you came up with a natural one.
Oh my lord! Of course I did.
As far as, I mean, there's plenty of things out there that are goop. So I mean,
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I sure would like to find out.
Well, tell you what, we've got, and he seemed kind of patting around, and he pulls out a stone out from his pocket, and he kind of smacks Norbis, and he kind of ushering him to do the same. He goes, "Oh, we've got these stones here. They let you talk to each other. It's a lot of fun, but we'll give them to you if you pick out whatever that goop is."
All right.
Very well.
Raymond goes over and takes one of the stones.
Well, you get the stone when you get the goop.
Oh.
Well, all right. Well, why would you at least help us? I mean, it is your stuff after all.
We're but simple miners, sir. We are not much useful other than picking stone from a wall.
Oh, yes, I see. Common folk. Gosh, the things I reduce myself to every day. Well, very well.
Raymond gives you a slight punch in the back. Just gives you stare like you should not.
Yes, best not to anger the simple folk there. They might react unpredictably.
As you enter in, very quiet, but a very weird sort of sloshing sound can be heard. As you enter in, you look off to the left, Raymond, and you see that what seems to be a stone wall has been chipped away, and it sort of reveals a corridor behind it.
That's peculiar.
As you look in, you can see piles and piles of stone hewn from whatever was dug out here. So you continue to hear that sloshing sound coming from the main corridor.
Yeah, you guys should be on your toes.
It seems like it is in that room over there, Raymond. What are you, boy?
Oh my god, these guys are just... Ladies? Well, lady, I just wanted to ask your opinion on this one. Would you like to stay here with me until we hear them either die or ask for help? Or would you like to go after them and probably be as stupid as they are being right now?
I very much like to stay here.
Cool,
Let's just have them handle it.
Hogwarts.
I don't recognize you. What's your name?
I am Lazu.
I'm literally not talking to you.
Look at that.
Hey
sweaty.
girl, what's up?
Hi, what's up? Oh my god, I'm so happy. We're finally without those guys.
Oh my god, I'm like, part of me kind of is waiting to hear them scream so that we can go in and rescue them and then tell them what assholes they are.
You know how much better we are.
Yeah,
for
right.
sure. Yeah, I mean.
Did you see that one dude in the weird tight blue clothes?
Lazul, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't end. It's really
is that his
Lazul, yeah. That's
This is gossip happening now.
gross. He's so gross.
I mean, it's like this thing where he makes stuff from other stuff, but that's kind of the only redeeming quality.
I feel like he's coming really hard.
Alright. So Raymond, as you dig around up there, you don't find anything. It seems like whatever was digging through stopped at that sort of moment. It seems to be all collapsed in as you get to the end.
Alright. He goes back
As you from where you're standing, that sound, once again, that... Oh, I can do it like this too. Oh, there it is, honey. 5,
This torture, this spell you have is trash. Oh my god.
You want them close to work 2 days ago, but they on the floor.
As you guys enter in, suddenly you see this strange yellowish colored goop dripping from the walls. It starts off as a small stream, then suddenly becomes more and just more, and you see it kind of almost like an upside down kind of something goopy just dripping off the ceiling. As it lands, you see it start to take a structure, reaches out with sort of two tendrils on either side. And I'll need you guys to roll me some initiative as these lovely Okrajillies have fallen down.
Can we start to hear screaming now? Like outside?
No,
All right,
I will not scream.
So get that in there.
Just wait till round 2.
I will not scream.
Yeah, guys, I'm about. I think that I'm going to go right now.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to do. So, right, what we'll do, guys, we've got our first battle here, but it will have to wait until Thursday. So, go ahead, roll me some initiative. We'll put you guys in the marker here, and then we'll head on over for Thursday for the battle. All right,
I guess we
guys.
could also just roll initiative and just like gossip on our turn.
Please add me to the turn order because I can't click on my token, but 19.
19 it is, Irving. Okay. All right. Okay. So go ahead, and once you guys give me the lovely initiative, that will be the end of the session for today, and then we'll head on over to next session on Thursday.